You open your eyes for the first time and congratulations. You're a girl in 14th century England. Your family's house smells of sweat, stale ale, and boiled cabbage. Your father drinks more than he earns. Your mother prays more than she eats. And you're already a debt before you learn to walk. By 5, you scrub floors. By 7, you stir porridge your mother begs God to stretch one more night. By 8, your eldest sister marries with a dowry so pathetic the groom jokes he must have angered the Lord. Your father curses their union for days, not out of love, out of expense. By 9, you stop expecting childhood to feel like anything but labor. Your father takes your brothers to the forest. Archery lessons, he calls it. Male bonding wrapped in nostalgia for battles he barely survived. When he returns, he pats your cheek, calls you the pretty one. Lucky you. This earns you extra rules. Don't go outside alone. Don't speak to men. Don't exist too loudly. You turn 12. Now you're so eye-catching your father gives you a new title. The death of me. Suitors line up daily. Some are his age. All of them smell opportunity. Not love, but leverage. Marriage as extortion. Your father laughs them off, drunk and bitter. They leave. They always come back. Then the church visits. A priest mentions the local convent needs girls. Pious ones. Pretty ones. Gifts to God, he calls it. Your father's eyes gleam like a man finding coins in mud. Within a week, he signs a parchment you'll never see. The church promises enough support for winter. He asks if they need more daughters. The day they take you, they shear your hair before a crowd. Golden locks fall to the dirt like pieces of your soul separating from your skull. Women murmur blessings. Men smirk. Your mother weeps in silence. You don't cry. You've already learned tears cost energy you can't afford. The convent looks peaceful from outside. White stone. Tidy courtyard. Smoke curling from the chimney like a promise of warmth. They hand you clothes called a habit. Safe to say, it'll stick to you like a bad one. You expect quiet prayers, gentle sisters, maybe shared faith warming cold nights. Instead, the doors shut behind you like a verdict. Welcome to God's house. He's not home, but his landlords are ruthless. Your first morning begins at 4 a.m. A bell cleaves your dreams in half. A novice kicks your palate. Up. If you're late, you kneel on salt. You meet the abbess that same day. A woman carved from frost and scripture. She believes obedience grows only where comfort dies. Brilliant philosophy, really. You scrub floors until your fingers crack and bleed. Cold stones drink the heat from your bones like parasites. Meals are bowls of thin gruel. Always cold. Always insufficient. Across the courtyard, priests eat warm bread, salted meat, winter pears. One passes you, blesses your labor, never lifts a finger to help. He calls it sacrifice. You call it what it is. Hunger with an audience. The hierarchy becomes clear fast. Abbess on top, elder nuns below, novices at the bottom. And you, beneath even them. A charity case from a drunk father. A girl marked as trouble simply for arriving unwanted. Days blur into ritualized exhaustion. Kneeling until your knees bruise purple. Fasting until you see stars. Confessing sins you never committed. One elder nun tears your ear because you breathed too loud during prayer. Another confiscates a crust a kitchen girl slipped you. Gluttony, she hisses. Her own robes bulge with stolen comforts. Then Rome speaks. The Pope decrees strict enclosure. Nuns must be sealed from the world. No leaving. No windows that open fully. No family visits. No air that hasn't been approved by men who've never worn a habit. To protect the brides of Christ, they explain. From what, you want to ask? From living? The older nuns bow in acceptance. The younger ones look like candles being snuffed. And you feel something inside wither. A small death disguised as divine law. At night, lying on straw that reeks of mold, you whisper a question you dare not speak aloud. Is this God's will? Or just cruelty dressed in holy robes? Your body already knows the answer. Your mind is still catching up. Whispers spread through the convent like forbidden scripture. Nuns across Europe are rebelling. One in York faked her death. Built a dummy of her own corpse. Fled to a man she loved. Another stripped her habit at the gates and vanished into darkness. Their stories pass between novices like contraband hope. You meet Sister Eleanor, barely older than you. teeth always clenched from holding back tears. Her family lied to dispose of her. Her brother forged her calling to avoid splitting the inheritance. She doesn't want sin or lust. She wants air. You promise to help. One night, you distract the porter while Eleanor slips out wearing a laywoman's gown smuggled from the laundry. You pray she runs farther than those who were caught. She does. You don't. The abbess knows. They always know. Aiding sin. Corrupting holiness. Endangering souls. Your punishment is public. Fasting. Whipping. Kneeling on frozen stone until your legs betray you. Then they place a wooden scourge in your trembling hands. Strike until the sin leaves you. You try once. Twice. The sisters chant harder. Soon the blows land without rhythm, without breath. Leather cuts your shoulders, arms, thighs. Blood blooms through your habit, gluing cloth to torn skin. You collapse. They haul you upright. A penitent must stand. When you fall for the last time, you feel nothing, just hollow ringing. And in that emptiness, truth finally cracks through. This isn't God. These are men's rules, men's punishments. Your body is merely the altar where they prove authority. Then a priest arrives, robes rustling like a verdict. He kneels, lifts your chin, murmurs he'll intercede, whispers to the abbess. She storms away. He smiles. Everything is settled, he says. They treat your wounds for weeks. Fever, torn flesh, bruised ribs. When you finally walk again, he summons you to his quarters. You go to thank him. But gratitude isn't what he wants. He pins you to the wall. His mercy, you realize, came with a price tag. In this holy prison, salvation is just another word for possession. You resist at first, hands stiff, head down. He reminds you of your scars, the whipping, the salt, the sisters who watched and did nothing, so you freeze. Then you obey. When it's over, you want to scream. His glare silences you. You whisper that his actions violate the church. He straightens his robes, looks at you like you're a child who doesn't understand arithmetic. I am the church. He assigns you to himself for spiritual counsel. Weeks blur into months of scheduled violation. The longer he keeps you, the more you see the convent's true anatomy. Not a house of God, a machine built on fear, money, and silence. The abbess who preaches piety in mornings negotiates land deals by afternoon. The cloister that enforces enclosure opens wide when wealthy nobles arrive. They feast while nuns starve 3 walls away. You learn you're not his only victim. Other novices, even elder nuns, your suffering becomes a secret everyone pretends not to see. The abbess resents you for it. Not out of protection. Out of jealousy for lost control. Then one morning, nausea arrives uninvited. Your belly begins to swell. You know immediately whose shadow grows inside you. And you know truth has no currency here. Whispers spread before you understand them. The abbess summons you. A child, she spits, circling like a vulture. Proof of your corruption. You try to speak. She silences you. Behind her, beneath the crucifix, stands the priest. Expression smooth. Holy. Untouched. She invited temptation, he announces. That's all it takes. The narrative seals shut. Your body becomes a courtroom. Your baby, evidence of a crime committed against you that they refuse to name. Sunday Mass. They drag you before villagers. Force you to kneel on stone steps, belly heavy, knees burning. The priest demands confession. You deny. He demands again and again. Finally you break. Not because you lied, because truth has no use in a room full of deaf judges. You repeat the sins they feed you. Lust, pride, sorcery. The crowd gasps like an audience receiving exactly what they paid for. Excommunication, banishment, erasure. You go home. Your father slams the door. You earned this. The outskirts welcome you, not with warmth, with indifference. Shacks made of stolen boards, broken carts. People society discards like spoiled meat. Here, nobody cares if you stay or rot. Months later you give birth alone. No midwife, no mother, no God bothering to watch. You scream into straw so the village won't hear. Contractions hit like stones thrown by invisible hands. When your son finally slips into your trembling grip, purple and slick with blood, You press him to your chest and whisper the only blessing you still believe: live. Even if the world hates you for it. You raise him in exile. Every day is theft and survival. Scraps bartered for labor. Herbs gathered for medicine. You teach him everything useful. How to boil water. How to mend wounds. How to run when men turn cruel. He grows fast. Always hungry. Always curious. Always watching a world that pretends he doesn't exist. You're 27 when whispers of plague arrive. First, the cities. Then villages. Then roads. Farmers bar their doors. Monks abandon their posts. Dogs starve beside dead masters. Civilization collapses in weeks like a house built on prayers. You try to shield him. Ration food. Boil herbs. Mutter old prayers you no longer trust. The fever finds you anyway. Joints swell. Skin darkens. Breath turns to broken glass. You know the signs. You've tended the dying before. He cries at your bedside. You beg him to stay away. He never listens. Then one morning, you see it. A black swelling blooming on his small neck. Your heart cracks clean in half. You hold him close. Illness gnaws your lungs. You whisper your last prayer into his hair. Survive. One morning, your lungs simply stop fighting. You die quietly. No miracle, no vigil. By nightfall, the plague cart comes. They don't ask your name. They toss you onto stiff bodies already buzzing with flies, mass grave, no shroud, no marker, no prayer. Centuries pass. Historians celebrate abbesses who managed estates, mystics whose visions became literature. But never you. Your life becomes what the church always preferred women to be: absent.